Day 75,243 of quarantine. And if you're like me, you're getting pretty bored already. You know, you can only do so many things for so long where you're stuck inside your house. So today I thought I would show you something that I like to do just to pass the time. And that's I get a piece of graph paper and I just use it, make some designs. So one of the things that I like to do is just take this and draw little shape like this. Now there's a lot of things that you can do off of this. You can just keep going with it. So you have a little shape like this. And one reason why I like this is because it's calming. You know, there's not a lot of noise involved. You don't really have to think about it. You can just throw some music on and just draw some stuff on some paper. Now usually I like to do this stuff in pencil first. That way if I mess up, it's not really a big deal. I can just erase it. But pencil doesn't really show up good on my phone that I'm using to record this with. So I'll just use a marker for right now. Now once you get this done, it's like this, just like a big line. Then what you do is you just go off of that. So I'm looking right here and I see that I could just continue to make little ones of these. And then I see that these are little squares, so I'll just go like this. Just go like that all the time. And like I said, I love this because usually what I'll do is I'll either throw some headphones on or maybe I won't throw headphones on. It depends on how I feel. And I'll just listen to some music in the background and just not really think about the time that I'm spending doing this. Because at the end, which you will see in a little bit, I'll probably just fast forward so that I don't have to bore you with all of this. So I'll come back when I'm done. And then you guys can see what it looks like when I'm finished. Alright, so again, one of the things that I like to do is I like to make multiple little patterns on the same piece of paper. So we have this little strip going right here, and then maybe I'll just go off to the side and start making a different pattern. So we just go something like this. Now you can do whatever you want. There's no right way to do this. There's no wrong way to do this. You just do it. And if you like it, then you like it. And if somebody else doesn't like it, then it doesn't really matter because you like it. And that's all that really matters. So we'll just do a little bit something like this. And at the points where it's gonna cross, you just leave it like that. And it creates a little cool little effect like that. So we'll do something like this. Continue on the other side. And I will be right back again. That's why I like to use pencil. over here, so I'm basically gonna have 3 sections. We're gonna have this part right here, this part here, and then just another different pattern right over here. So I messed up on this little part right here. Not really too sure where this pattern was going right here. So, you know, I'm just gonna leave it as is. But if something like this isn't what you want to do, you don't want to take that much time to do something, then what you could do is you could do a little bit something like this, where you can just cut a little piece of paper out. My dog's barking in the background, just ignore that. So you have a take this little piece of paper, just do a little one. You can also color them in. I didn't color all of these in. I kind of liked the way it looked, just outline it like that. You don't want to do something like this, you could always do something like write your name. Just use the boxes as little block letters and have a background behind it. You can color the background in, you can leave it white. I just left it white because I had a lot of examples that I did. If you don't want to do the background, you could do something like this. Just make it look a little bit kind of like it's a little 3D-ish. I cut that out. Speaking of 3D, you could also do something like this, where you make a little drawing and it looks like the circle in the middle is just popping out. And the way you do this is you draw like kind of like a grid in the background, and then you get something circular. I used this little money jar thing that I have. I use that, just draw a little circle, and every time this line connects right here, just kind of angle it, that way it makes it pop up off the screen. And then you could also do, it doesn't have to be like the same pattern over and over again. I kind of did this pattern, the same one over and over again. I just, you know, had time and I finished it. You could do stuff like this, where I messed up on this pattern right here. And that's the good thing about graph paper, is if you're doing something little like this and you mess up on the side, it doesn't really matter because you have this whole great big piece of paper. So this one I did like kind of like 2 little spirals, kind of worked the colors in there, got the cool colors right here, the warm colors, you know, just little patterns like this. You know, you can leave it black and white. And if you don't want to do little ones, what you can do is you can do a big one like this, kind of like those little drawing apps on your phone, where you just, you know, pick the color and then tap it. You can make your own one of these, and I don't know, it looks pretty cool. And another cool thing that you can do with graph paper is you can do like little video game art. It doesn't have to be video games. There's like people that you can do. You could do, you know, a whole bunch of designs, but you could also do this. You can just look up, you know, grid arts and then whatever you want to do, and then it'll have like a little grid that you can do, and you can follow it like this. So, you know, hopefully you guys get a little bit of enjoyment out of that. I know I do. And like I said, you can just put some music on in the background. You know, just put your headphones in, put your head down, just knock this out. And I've been recording for about 15 minutes. So that's 15 minutes. It didn't even feel like it. The video isn't gonna be 15 minutes long because I'm gonna edit it down, but you get the idea. It's just this little thing right here. You know, I didn't color it in. If I colored this all in, finished it all, it'd probably take me about 30 minutes, maybe. So that's, you know, a quick little 30 minutes. You know, maybe you do this right before you go to bed, help you calm down a little bit. I don't know, whatever. But I hope you guys, you know, learned a little something, and that you can do this to help you relax.